Live on Justin.tv. If anybody is in the Justin.tv room, we are live right now.
Woo!
And let me switch some of the shots here so we can see. Okay, there you are.
Hey, y'all. Okay.
Okay, there's Gina. Okay, so this is our one shot, that's our two shot, and that's our double shot. Let me fix that one up because you're off the screen.
Oh, I'm off the screen because I was
Oh,
logging into the
I'm
other
gonna fix it
computer.
up anyway for the double shot so that you're a
Okay.
little bit bigger in the screen. So let me get that one going. That looks good.
Okay, we are there. Although I still didn't log in, I just am watching on Justin TV. But let's see, log in. There we go. Sign in.
If any of you have just joined the chat room, we're going to begin our show momentarily. We had a little bit of a Skype issue. It's always a Skype issue.
There's always a technical issue when you have technical shows. I think that is just the bottom line.
This is true. Is that where you're going to be sitting, just like that?
Right here.
Okay, let me adjust your angle. I'll move you over on the screen. Let me just move it over on this end.
Oh, there we go.
And let me move that over.
I grab my iPad. All the little pre-show things. There's just so many things to set up. If you could just see all the gadgets we're using.
Oh, I can imagine. We got lots of gadgets over here.
Yeah, between you and I, it's like we have. Okay, should I be sitting differently?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
Somehow you moved on me. Hold on. Let me redo that one.
You mean I have to sit still?
No, not still.
Oh, I tell you.
Okay, so let me fix that up. I'm just fixing the shots up on Wirecast before we start.
Right. Let's see.
So is that pretty much where you're going to be position-wise?
Yes.
Okay. Let me open that up a little bit.
Pretty much where I'm going to be. Hiding behind the microphone.
There we go. Okay. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. There we go. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm tweaking the shot right now.
Yeah, you can't see what the man behind the curtain does. But he's hard at work.
There we go. Okay, can you see the shot right now? Actually, let me bring it live. Now, if I look over here, hi Gina, I can see you right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I see.
See, I'm just turning this way. Hi Gina, how you doing?
It's like the Brady Bunch. The Brady. Oh wait, am I looking the wrong way?
Straight up, straight into the camera. Now you're looking that way. Hello, Gina.
The Brady. Where's Alice?
Alice. Well, she took a day off.
Everybody needs an Alice. I think that's my motto in life. I need Alice. Where is Alice?
There you go. You look good.
I just need Alice to do all the housework and go to the butcher. Okay, I think we are.
Okay, I think we're about good to go. Okay, you're looking good there. Looks like we've got a good shot here. So we're going to get on.
A peek behind the curtain as the pre-show setup.
And let's see, what time is it?
I think we're ready to go. It's already.
We're only 1 minute late, so we're doing actually not too badly considering our little Skype thingy.
Yeah, that was a little frightening. No camera pulling.
Okay, so
I tell you, there's
lower that a
always
little
some
bit.
issue with Skype. And yet.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Oh, hold on. I had a Word doc up. Let me get that thing back up. Okay. So we're good there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to black out the screen for a moment.
Okay.
And then
Go out.
then I will actually start the recording of the podcast. I'll introduce you and we will get going.
We'll be on a roll.
Excuse me. All right, so just to make sure we can hear this. Okay, so when we hear that music, that means we're switching to a different section. That's when we're going to go to...
got it.
Yeah, we're going to start with our news. Not too much news today. We're just basically going to be introducing ourselves and a little bit about the show, and then we'll get into the individual segments.
Beautiful.
All right. So anyway, we may not have all our shots in place as far as screenshots go for the websites links you gave me.
Right. Okay.
But we'll get through those. Next week we will be completely ready.
We can post them in show notes or something.
Exactly.
I'll put them on Twitter.
So we'll do that. All right, I am going to... by the way, one last announcement. If you are in the chat room, and I can't see the chat room, but Gina probably can see it. The chat is on justin.tv/RelateCorp. Is anybody in?
Yes, I see a couple people. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I see Terrence is here. Can I be Miss Marianne?
Yeah.
I see Terrence. I see Kia. Oh, see, here's what's bad. Miss Marianne needs her magic glasses to see who's in the chat room. Larry, hey Larry, shout out there. It's
Kia J,
Kia J, what a cool name.
also known as Katie. Katie works with us.
Oh, okay, great. Kia J, I like that. Lily, hey Lily. Zaralyn. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, did you see me squinting? It's like the blind. I can't see the big screen if I have my glasses on, and then when I go to read something, I know. My husband keeps telling me, go to the eye doctor.
I have a 32-inch monitor to the left of me, and you wouldn't believe how big that Word doc is right now.
Yeah.
Should be bigger,
That
actually.
30-point font really comes in handy.
It does. All right, everyone. So we're going to go dark for a moment, and then we are going to start the podcast.
You're watching SchreckTeck, where tech is Schrecky. This show is sponsored by Synapse 3DI at www.synapse3di.com and by Relate Corporation at www.relate.com.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to our premiere episode of SchreckTeck. SchreckTeck, you ask. Now, why did we call it SchreckTeck? Well, there's a big reason, and that is Gina Schreck. Gina, hi there. How are you, Gina?
Good. This is exciting. Little, rocky roads getting started, getting everything together, but we are excited to get this launched and rolling. So I'm excited to see so many folks in the chat room already watching behind the curtain, and we are ready to roll.
We are ready to roll. And for all those wondering, if you're in the chat room, you can communicate with us via the chat. You can also go to Twitter and go to, I think it was hashtag SchreckTeck or hashtag, well, actually, we don't have a hashtag Dear Schreck. It's hashtag SchreckTeck, SchreckTeck.
I'm watching both. I'm watching the hashtag SchreckTeck. I'm watching the chat room, and then I also have at Dear Schreck, because we do have that segment later.
And we will have Dear Schreck advice.
But we have so much to cover. I mean, it took us days, weeks to scale back all the stuff that we wanted to cover today. So we're excited that we're going to try and cram as much as possible. And first I have to do a shout out. Rick, I was telling you, Larry's in the chat room, but a shout out to Tulsa Community College, to Larry's class. Hey all, in the computer, let's see if I can remember it. It was, I think, the Computer Concepts Applications class. I think you guys need to come up with a shorter name. But shout out to you guys out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. hopefully everybody's staying warm because it's about 2 degrees here in Denver.
I won't tell you what it is here. We're in Camarillo, California, and I think we're going to be 68 today.
You notice I'm plugging my ears. I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that.
No.
And we're not dry today. We're sort of humid. So,
Yeah, it's another snowy day, late start at schools and everything around here. So, but we're nice and toasty warm here at SchreckTeck. And you know, Rick, you just got back from a tech conference last week, the Tech Knowledge ASTD Tech Knowledge Conference, and I know Terrence, a few of you in the chat room were there. Any like big discoveries? You worked the Adobe booth.
I was in the Adobe booth, so I didn't have too much of a chance to walk around and take a look at everything that was going on. But I didn't hear too much about it. A lot of people into virtual collaboration. They were getting into virtual classrooms. That seems to be one of the big questions we had throughout at the Adobe booth. A lot of people were saying, do you have information on Adobe Connect? How does it compare to WebEx? How does it compare to GoToTraining? So there was a lot of talk about collaboration. So that was one of the things that we heard a lot of. And then, of course, everybody was still into the authoring tools and the development. Not too much new. There were a lot of people were talking about social media. One thing I noticed at the booth, this is the first time I've been in the booth where we had BlackBerries with scanners, so we could actually scan the cards right with a BlackBerry, which is kind of a little bit about the apps we're talking about today.
Right.
So I thought that was really interesting.
It's all about the apps. Don't you think this year has just been the year of there's apps? Well, you know, we don't want to steal the open shade, but there's an app for everything.
There is an app for everything, and we will get into apps later on. We're going to break the show into a couple of segments. We're going to do, normally we're going to start with news and notes and just kind of get everybody introduced to the concept. Then we will be doing social right.
Who's doing social right? Like who's using social media in a really cool way?
Like us.
Like us. Doing social right.
Because if you think about it, we're combining Wirecast, which is online virtual broadcasting. We're combining that with Twitter, with Facebook. We're doing all sorts of stuff. And we're combining a lot of mediums together, which is what makes it really fun. And we can reach a lot more people that way without having to do a lot of work.
Right. And, you know, then another segment that one of my favorites, shiny objects. And so we're not talking about bling. We're talking about shiny objects, gadgets, what's cool out there that can help all of us in our business. So we'll have a couple fun shiny objects to look at.
No bling?
Yeah, it'll be some bling. I just made sure I wore bling as we talk about it. And my QR code shirt, of course.
Ah, yes. And then we are going to be talking about apps on the map. No, we're not talking GPS apps. We're talking about apps in general, apps that are popular. And apps that make sense for you, not only from a business point of view, but just from a fun point of view. Maybe Gina and I would just stop playing Angry Birds.
Right. Both Android and Apple and BlackBerry. So you've got the BlackBerry, I've got an Android and an iPad. We both have iPads, so we'll have apps for all.
And
so
our last segment will be Dear Schreck.
Dear Schreck. Maybe I should. Then I'll put on my glasses so I can look like Dear Schreck, the counselor. And the doctor will be in. And
if you have any questions for Dear Schreck, please ask them on Twitter or even in the chat room, and we will try to answer as many as we can in our short 30 to 35 minute show. Anyway, I think we are ready to...
Let's jump right into... I think that music means
it's doing social media right time.
Doing it right. Well, you know, and we always talk about Comcast, and they're really well known right now using Twitter, using social media as a company to really turn their brand around and be really customer focused, customer centric. But I have to tell you, in the past 2 weeks, and Rick, you were involved in one of them where I had to call Comcast, and instead of calling Comcast anymore, I just tweet. And I talk about, you know, I need help with I think my modem's going out. And I immediately, within 30 seconds, you get contacted on Twitter from someone from Comcast. Well, then about 2 days later, I was using Pandora, and that's one of my favorite applications. If you are not using Pandora, it's just a great music site that you can log in and pick a song or pick an artist, and it creates your own radio station. Well, I listened to it so much that I hit the free max. You can listen to 40 hours a month for free. And I hit that,